It's time to make another celebrity wet. This is Innuendo Bingo.
Okay. Cameras are on now. If you want to watch this, go to the Radio 1 website on your phone, tablet, computer, laptop. Let's do this. Okay, so, Honey G, no swearing, please. You can use Chris as a target, not the bin. That's just really
Cheers,
for show.
Cheers.
And warning that Chris does have quite a powerful spray because he does this twice a week. So make sure you get him back. Give as good as you get is my tip, okay? As much water as you can fit into your mouth. Obviously, you will hear some clips of Innuendo, and hopefully the water will flood out. Honey G is on.
It's It's
Also, I would ask you not to cover your mouth. If the water's going to come out, make sure it goes over Chris. Okay, first we're going to Match of the Day on BBC One. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of football, as you all know, but I have to say this sounds like a very interesting tactic.
He's got too much for Oviedo there, and he's so confident. And when you're a fullback in that position, it's an absolute nightmare. And he's comfortable there with the ball at his feet and a man up his backside.
Oh. And we're off.
Good one.
Oh, that went all over me.
I know. Match of the Day. BBC One there.
A man up his backside.
And now we're going over to Woman's Hour on BBC Radio 4. Here's the next clip.
It's
We join presenter Jane Garvey celebrating the life and times of actress and comedian Angie Lamar. Now, Radio 4 speak to people all over the world in many different time zones. And their guests, well, they really can be up to anything when they cross over to them. Like this.
And Angie went on to star in the TV programme Get Up, Stand Up. She toured widely to lots of acclaim in her stand-up shows, and she wrote a hit play called Funny Black Women on the Edge. I talked to her when she was in Jamaica, and she got up at dawn's crack to talk to us.
I think she meant the crack of dawn there.
Oh.
Honey G, were you up at dawn's crack this morning? Spit it out over him if you want. Yes, that's it. And now, one of our favourites from last week. We're going over to Newsnight on BBC Two. Fill your cheeks with water there, Honey G.
Right.
Go on, you need to get him back. A very unusual line of questioning this from presenter Kirsty Walk.
But you believe he was maligned, however, you as an author and the Plantagenets. I mean, tell me about what you think about this dig.
It's extra cold today, it feels.
Is it?
You enjoying this, Honey G?
Yeah, of course I am. It's great fun.
It is fun, isn't it?
Might be the first rapper we've had on this.
I think you're right.
It's
And now, back to Radio 4 and their long-standing and hugely popular programme, Desert Island Sorry, Honey G. You got a face for there. Sorry. That nearly went really wrong. Desert Island Discs. Oh.
Oh, don't slip.
Sorry, I nearly slipped.
We've done well up to now.
On Desert Island Discs, they book only the very best guests, often known for their incredible intellect and talent. Just like the British poet and documentary filmmaker Imtiaz Darka. I mean, this is incredible.
Let's have your final piece then. Tell me about your eighth choice of the morning.
Well, I work late in the night, and wherever I am in the night, I come at 12:45.
Wherever she is.
I come at 12:45.
It is a wet one today. She was talking about her love of the shipping forecast, which is also on Radio 4. Still on.
You're playing well, Honey G.
It's going well.
Oh, okay, cool, nice one.
Yeah.
If you're shortening Honey G, do you rather G or Hun or Honey?
Okay, hon.
Yeah, well, some people might call me.
Yeah, because you can't say honey.
Well, you know, Sharon Osbourne calls me. Sometimes she calls
Blario.
me Miss. Sometimes she calls me Miss Gigi or Mrs. G.
Gigi.
But what do you prefer? Because you can't say Honey G all the time, or can you? How do you shorten it?
Yeah, I mean, usually I prefer Honey G most of the time.
Okay, right.
Full title.
That's us told. Now we're going over to Inside the Factory on BBC Two. Now on this show, presenter Greg Wallace finds out how some of this country's most famous products are made. Absolutely fascinating show to watch. This time he's finding out how baked beans are created. Modern technology has really revolutionised the industry, but absolutely staggering what used to happen back in the day.
Finally, a laser sorter actually detects any discoloured beans and rejects them with an air jet. Honestly, yeah. Really? Yes. Really? OK, go on then. 20 years ago, there would be people flicking the beans off with spoons.
Very different back then.
20 years ago, there would be people flicking the beans off.
To make baked beans. And now an absolute classic from BBC Hereford and Worcester. Got your water there, honey? G.
Mm-hmm.
BBC Local Radio. They love a phone-in. This is one of the best. Here's the presenter asking, what's the best thing you've ever been up? Oh. I could listen to your laugh all day, by the way. It's really good. I might have to make a compilation. Okay.
We go again.
What's the best thing you've ever been up?
In my adult life, I think the most interesting thing I've been up is Lord Hereford's knob.
That's a very popular landmark in southeast of England there. Okay, now another classic from the archives. Over to the men's weightlifting at the Rio Olympics. Refill your waters, please. It's the 105 kg to be precise. Here we join former weightlifter Michaela Breeze, telling John Harker, well, just about her preferences, really.
I don't know, each lifter, I guess, has their own preference. For me, I used to prefer the snatch. It was over quicker. It didn't hurt as much.
Honey G, you look like you need to let go of that water. Go on. Yes.
Let it rain.
You've been spat on by some great people.
I know.
Think about it. Your
Will
job is
Ferrell,
ridiculous.
Gerald Butler, Honey G.
Now, we're going over to the Great Chelsea Garden Challenge now on BBC Two, and it's planting day. I didn't realise that gardening could be so competitive. I mean, this contestant will literally do absolutely anything to win this.
The last 2 times, my finish really wasn't as good as I wanted it, but it's feeling quite good control for the first time on planting day, so it's quite good for me.
Your eucalyptus. Thank you. There you go. Oh, fantastic. Let me see if they fit in my hole.
And that was Honey G. Innuendo Bingo. High fives all round.
Well done.
Listen, good luck for the weekend on X Factor, and thanks so much for coming in today.
Nice one.
We will see you soon.
Thanks.
1